doing over there, kid?
On my phone.
No. I meant, like, what are you doing on your phone?
Looking at 90 snacks.
It's really specific. What kind of 90 snacks?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pies.
Ooh, I remember those.
So do I.
They were tasty.
And cheap,
They were cheap.
comparatively.
The only Hostess pie I've ever eaten, as a matter of fact.
Interesting.
Yeah, I boycotted the company after they got rid of them.
Smart choice.
I could probably make them.
But do you think you could make them better?
Oh, I know I can make them better.
I'd like to see that. I mean, just see it. I'm not going to help.
Yeah, I figured. Ooh, I like that. Turtle power! So, what we're going to need for the Ninja Turtle pies is a basic crust recipe. The one I prefer, I like to use butter. Some people like to use shortening. Gonna kill your arteries either way, but butter is a little healthier. A little bit. So we're gonna make a triple batch of the recipe I use at sinfulcreationsbyjustin.com. And that is going to be 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Level. Alright, then we're going to need 3 teaspoons of salt. Kosher, if you prefer. Today we're going with iodized sea salt.
What's the difference?
Well, sea salt's a bit grainier. I like the texture.
Okay.
Just regular table salt, I think, is too processed.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan. And if we want this to have a similar taste of turtle flesh, then it needs to be a little salty. No? Not turtle flesh? That's not what we're going for?
They use turtle flesh.
No?
They use turtle parts, but I don't think we want to say what it was.
Okay. Because the shell to those pies were very green.
It wasn't shell.
That green was not.
That explains a lot. We're going to alter this recipe a little bit. No turtle flesh.
Oh, shucks.
So now we've got our salt, our flour. We're going to need our fat. A cup of butter. So in goes 2 sticks of softened butter.
Very softened.
Very softened butter.
If you can get it off the table.
Yep, we're good. Don't worry.
This time.
Now what we're going to do, we're going to blend the flour, salt, and the butter together. We want to create kind of like these little dough, pea-sized items, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go back over here for a second and discuss. Now you could use a pastry blender or 2 forks, just kind of mashy like this.
Why don't you just use a potato masher?
Because it will not get it as small as the pieces that I need them to be. So we're just going to do this for a little bit. And we'll talk about the Ninja Turtles. Those pies came out when the movie did, right? Or was that cartoon?
Cartoon. Because they used that design not only on the packaging, but on the sticker you got inside, which I had multiple for free.
So 90s, not 80s, because...
80s was a cartoon.
Was it?
Oh, yes.
Did the cartoon predate the
Yes, it did.
movie?
Oh yeah.
Because the movie was 89, correct?
Cartoon was 87.
89 or 90.
I want to say 90.
I think it's 89. I think it's the same year as Batman.
That's your movies.
Batman.
I think so. See,
90.
was it 90? These kids were spoiled today with all these Avengers movies. Alright, we're now going to add 9 tablespoons of ice cold water. We want it very cold because we do not want the fat to melt anymore. We actually want it to like solidify again. This is going to help in adding like that flaky layer to the crust. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Everybody
6,
takes specific notice
7,
of how the faucet handle
8,
goes left for cold,
9,
right for hot.
10.
Well, I think it's our rule.
So we're just going to use one hand here Going to incorporate all of our flour, our fat, salt, our ice cold water. We don't want to over mix this. We just want everything to get, kind of Play-Doh-y. All right, so now we have our pie dough is like loosely mixed. We're going to flour our surface, flour our rolling pin. We're going to roll this out several times. So you could use, like a cool large cookie or biscuit cutter. I don't have one of those. So what I use is a bowl. So now that we have done our pie crusts, and through the magic of early preparations, even though this is set up in an earlier bit, vanilla pudding, which is always kind of weird. Didn't you find it weird that it was vanilla pudding that was inside the turtle pie? Okay, so we're now going to fill our pies.
By hand?
Oh yeah.
So then would you say these are
Hand pies?
put?
Cream pies?
Yeah.
We're gonna make a little egg wash, some liquid chicken, and some water. We're gonna mix it all nice and nice. Scramble it like 90s kids in the back of a pickup truck without seatbelts.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh, we used to remember the days, guys, when you could sit in the back of a flatbed truck and just toss around in there while whoever was driving. I'm not gonna say it was my grandfather. It was my grandfather. But we were all like, "Yeah, can we go on the flatbed?" He's like, "Yeah, you can lay back there." He's like, "But lay down, don't sit up, because I don't want to get pulled over by the cops." And we would just get tossed around. We loved it, but it's so dangerous. Anyways,
have you ever ridden on a friend's handlebars? Oh my goodness!
Wait, yeah, I have. And pegs.
I don't believe you.
And pegs, but they fell over because I'm too big.
but
Now I know you're lying.
Yeah.
Pegs. If you stood on pegs, they weren't going anywhere.
So we got egg wash, vanilla pudding.
Vanilla pudding.
Pudding. Mr. J. And now we fold over our pie crust. Give a little down the seam here. I also think this would have been a cool tie-in for the show Dinosaurs. Right? Like dinosaur egg pies.
Stegosaurus.
Sinclair pies?
Yeah. Hey, little dude. So we're taking the edge of the fork, the tines, and we are pressing into the dough along that seam that we made. And it is going to create even more of a lock between the dough and the egg wash. So yeah, we're gonna do this a couple times until we've filled all of our pies. But we want it to look like this. Nice and crimped along the edges. Got a nice smooth little pocket and home for our pudding filling. And then we're going to deep fry these, because that's how they should be done.
Why not?
All right, now we're gonna take our turtle pies and we're gonna deep fry them.
Ooh. There's nothing says can you make turtles like deep fry?
Well, traditionally hand pies are fried.
Really?
Yes. But I baked them because, healthier.
You could have went. Nothing says early '90s like deep fried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everything back in the day, deep fried.
Correct. For our pie glaze, we've got about a half a cup of powdered sugar. And a little bit of milk at a time. You don't want too thin a glaze. Also don't want it to be too thick. Now, green. Too light? We need darker? I feel like that's pretty close.
That looks fairly spot on. I feel like if you drop any more in there, it'll complicate matters.
Alright, well there we go. There's our icing for our purple pies. Alright, so now, normally I would give it the old Dunkin' glaze. Also, it looks like I choked a fucking Ninja Turtle.
It's cum. This is cum.
Turtle jails. Alright, we're back. Have our Ninja Turtle pies here. Very green, very fried.
Very, oh Lord.
Look at that, kids. That is exactly what we were going for. Notice we have nice flaky layers, delicious vanilla pudding, mutant green icing.
Call it?
So now it's the important time, gentlemen.
Yeah, and I need only half of this. Mikey?
It's too hot.
Oh my
Here.
god.
Here. You wanna hold these? Hold these.
Yes.
Well, it doesn't exactly taste like childhood, because childhood wasn't warm.
So those were pretty good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Vanilla pudding,
As
pie.
advertised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not what I think of when I think Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
I think pizza, right?
How you gonna do that?
Well, we're gonna plus them by taking the same pie dough we had, and we're going to fill them with pizza fillings like a calzone.
Okay.
Fry them, and then for our green glaze, we're going to use pesto.
Ooh, okay, smart.
So I have a homemade marinara sauce that I made earlier,
Yummy.
and we're going to put a little dollop in there. This is like a super simple sauce. My recipe is a can of crushed tomatoes, about 6 cloves of sliced garlic, half a diced onion. Those get sauteed together. Throw in the tomatoes, half a can of water, little salt, little pepper, fresh basil, oregano. Let it cook down a little bit. Very quick marinara.
Doesn't sound quick.
No.
Yep,
That didn't sound quick.
it's pretty quick. Now, of course, we're gonna put our cheese. Gonna make these pretty basic. Not gonna do like weird peanut butter and anchovy or jelly bean and prosciutto.
That sounds good.
Not very turtly then.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of weird. Okay, so that's the mozzarella. Now we're gonna put some pepperones.
Oh, snap. Put that pepperoni on there, fool.
Oh yeah, get that pepperones up.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of pepperoni on there.
Yeah, man.
That's how I like it.
Michelangelo would be proud.
Yeah.
So proud.
There we go. Little pepperonis. There's good. Now this one here is for me,
Monster.
and just like in the movie, we're gonna have some penicillin in there. There is mushrooms. Pizza power.
Whoa.
That's my arm.
You got 2.
Yeah.
You got this.
We're gonna put this other one. I think it's locked in better.
If you're a cardiologist, look away.
Especially on these. Fucking loaded with cheese and pepperoni. And they're deep fried. right, now for the pizza pies, we are clearly not going to put on a mutant green frosting.
Oh, shit.
Instead, we're going to put pesto that we had made ahead of time.
Should have been pesto mayo.
Why would we put pesto mayo on it?
This way it's a lighter green.
But it would be mayonnaise on a pizza.
Yeah.
This isn't Japan.
Mayo is gross.
Also, Jill
What?
does not like mayo.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk about
Echo
that
that.
after this.
No,
Boom. Nice
After
little
these
coat.
messages.
Now, our pizza pies are green too.
Keep them.
Turtle power! Okay, so regular turtle pies.
Whoa.
Good, right?
I'm
Pretty
never
spot
doubting
on.
you again.
Pretty good.
Now the Justin version of the
Pretty
turtle pies.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Oh, you can hear it. Oh.
Check that out.
Oh.
It's sour.
Pepperones, cheese, our nice pesto top,
Reminds me of my wife Barb.
gentle. I'm not sure.
I've said it before. You will never find a better pesto.
No. Notice I didn't give that recipe away.
No,
I
because
just said I made pesto.
Make your own pesto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys aren't getting that one for free. Sorry. Yeah, that was great. That's definitely more in line of what I think of when I think Ninja Turtles and pies is pizza.
All right.
So, final thoughts?
No.
Caloric intake.
Yeah. These are once in a blue moon kind of treats.
But so good.
So I ask you to do yourselves a favor. If you haven't seen the original Ninja Turtles movie or cartoon, they're available. Watch them, make yourself some treats, and get into it. Unlock your inner child, and we'll be back with more 90s snacks on the next episode of NerdEaties.